It's time to take a look at the top 10 texture packs of January 2022. There's some really nice picks in here, including cartoon packs, cute style, art style packs, and many mob replacements. Some of these are resource packs which replace certain models, and some of them are full-on texture packs. Without further ado, let's jump into these awesome picks. Number 10, Houndeye'd Hoglins. Half-Life is one of my favourite game franchises of all time, and if you've ever played Half-Life 1 or Black Mesa, you've probably ran into these guys, the Houndeye's. Using Optifine's CEM module, this pack will bring a custom modelled Houndeye with accompanying animations and sounds to the game, which will replace Hoglins with a starved Houndeye variant based upon the Half-Life 2 beta Houndeye, and it'll also replace the normal Hoglins with standard Houndeye's, meaning you'll run into these guys in the nether. Number 9, Chubby Cheeks. As stated before, Optifine is powerful, and this pack is another example of that, bringing custom new entity models to replace the less than stellar older vanilla ones. This resource pack updates a bunch of mobs with brand new designs and looks. For an example, more thicker, blockier, cuter rabbits are now present. Cows and mushrooms look droopier and relaxed. Sheep appear more realistic and shapier. Pigs seem a tad more derpy, but definitely more friendly. Chickens are changed, but now also have a male counterpart, the rooster. Bats are also now pretty chunky too, which is kind of funny. Cluckshrooms on Mushroom Islands are spawned when you throw eggs at giant mushrooms. A new cow variant, the mountain cow, is also added to supplement the new mountain terrain. Pigs and chickens also have a new pale variant that will spawn in colder biomes and birch and flower forests. This is the same for some other biomes like swamps and taiga, offering more sub-variants. Endermites resemble their current health through different visual stages, making them look far more incredible and believable as insects. Not only are there brand new rats with 3 different variants too, but squids have had a facelift in order to appear far more consistent with their real life appearance. Number 8, Cute Mob Models. This resource pack has a similar aim and concept to the previous, to bring much more cuter mobs with a Japanese anime style art style to them, as well as the inclusion of some humanoid style cute mobs and cartoon characters to spice up the world with more people and entities, making the player feel less lonely in the world and make the world feel more alive and bustling. Expect to see nearly every single entity in the game replaced with a humanoid counterpart with an Asian cartoon style to it. It's a resource pack that's different and pretty neat. Number 7, Tooniverse. This HD cartoon texture pack brings a smooth and colourful art style to the game, the successor to the Postercraft texture pack, which is a pack designed to look clean with HD textures, utilising a unique colour palette to blow vanilla out of the water and immerse you in a cartoon world with true attention to detail through 3D models and randomised texture variations, supporting custom skyboxes and colours using Optifine. For those who aren't hyper obsessed with realism and Minecraft 2.0 style texture packs, you'll be really satisfied with this one. It really makes you feel like you're playing a totally different game, or it's as if you dropped into some kind of comic book. I really love the simple art style of this particular pack, and many items and blocks have had a brand new style and look to them, which makes playthroughs of the game feel fresh even the second time round. There's overhauls to the inventory graphics and GUI menus and buttons, and a really vibrant look which appears hand painted. Number 6, New Default Plus. If I didn't hook you with the previous cartoon and cuter style packs, then perhaps this one will interest you if you're more of a vanilla kind of player. This Vanilla Plus pack lets you customize your player with hundreds of new items, explore a more varied world with both minor and major changes, and more with this pack that's regularly updated and uses many of Optifine's features to vastly upgrade the original experience. Although this is a vanilla style pack, it does change the style of many objects and items with immense changes that really make the game look beautiful and more action packed, not to mention countless biome specific mob variations and types that will make the world feel more fresh. This is a great pack for people that don't want the game changing completely and for it to still feel like Minecraft, but to experience many new additions to it that use the same kind of art style as the base game does. Number 5, STONEBORN. This unique and simple pack is a gear overhaul one inspired by fantasy material with a rustic style that makes any playthrough, modded or vanilla, feel fun. With new item names for a heightened level of immersion, unique modular armor pieces that let you mix and match different sets to customize your your playthrough, this is a nice pack to try for your next adventure. This has a very dark, nitty gritty fantasy look and feel to it, with many of the armor sets definitely having that deep fantasy old world look to them. Number 4, Nick's new cartoon pack. Here's another cartoon pack to take a look at. A must-have pack if you want a colourful and cartoony style for a more lively world. A pack that redefines how the game looks by lighting everything up with a more newer, vibrant style. I wouldn't say this is totally a cartoon style pack though, as it also contains a far level of detail which you just don't see in cartoon packs, but it does make everything look really nice, while staying true to the vanilla look and looking fairly consistent with what you'd expect from that when playing. Number 3, WW1 Addon. This new texture pack features a variety of content related to past events in world history, being heavily focused on the time period of the 1940s, helping you utilize its content to create battlefields, wear a whole host of amazing uniforms, equip some awesome weapons, and behold different objects of time. This pack functions by converting the bow and crossbow into different varied weapons from this time period, utilizing many different weapon models, letting each of these items have different models and functions, and function as multiple different items, working through changing the item's name tag to the one which you wish to utilize. For any lovers of classic weaponry and modernistic history, this pack is definitely one to take for a spin, and it's certainly unique in comparison to everything else that I've seen out there. You can also use melee weapons and spawn amazing looking aircraft from blimps to biplanes. Number 2, Default Rebuild. This pack aims to resemble vanilla but with a more rustic style, with the things the author wanted to add to the game which simply weren't present. Using Optifine and its whole host of features and enhancements, this pack features custom item and block textures, custom GUI menus, random entity textures, utilizes Optifine CEM, CIT and CTM. It has emissive and connected textures, as well as biome based textures for blocks, as well as biome dependent varied mobs, with many more new features to come. You can rename certain items to get a different one. For an example, renaming netherite pieces to soul armor, like soul helmet for an example, will get you a special texture for that particular piece. Number 1, LightsaberPVP. This pack serves as a replacement for the normal sword item in game, replacing them with 3D modeled lightsabers that will actually glow when paired with Optifine, using its emissive textures functionality. Using custom sounds for the bow and swords, and custom entity models with Optifine CEM, this pack is definitely a must-have for Star Wars fans, and those bored of the pre-existent swords in the base game. Many entity models are changed too. For an example, creepers are now dark astromech droids, and the netherite sword is very fitting in the sense that it's an appropriate coloured lightsaber for the source of the sword item, and what you'd expect from a dark netherite blade. And that's going to conclude these 10 picks for the month of the texture packs of January 2022. Please let me know below which was your favourite one which I featured and why, and any cool texture packs which you've seen recently which I didn't cover here.